Hi, this is Marion Fontaine from mjfontaine.co.uk and welcome to week 6, lesson 6 of Introduction to Aromatherapy. Today we're going to be covering frankincense essential oil, and you would have got in your PDF information about the chakras and its relationship to aromatherapy and how we can work on balancing our chakras by using essential oils. So hopefully you're enjoying that. I've also added on how to, put the macerated oil into the bottles. So you should have been shaking your oils regularly. We've finally got sunlight here, so I put mine out the last 3 days in direct sunlight just to really, absorb those properties of the sun energy. So that will be at the end of this video, and you'll be able to use your oil on your skin and in your skincare preparations using the guide in the previous week's video about creating your own face cream or body cream. Okay, back to frankincense. Now frankincense comes from either North Africa or India, and it's extracted from a gum. So what you find is that the gum resin is actually burnt in churches with myrrh to kind of purify the space. And what frankincense is, on a spiritual level, it's an amazing space clearer. And it also is an oil that makes your breathing slow down, so you can get into a meditative state pretty easily. So that's why it's really good for respiratory conditions such as asthma, breathing problems, bronchitis. It really helps clear the lungs, opens up the diaphragm, so you can actually breathe properly. It's really funny because they used to treat it as well in the old days for syphilis, which is really random. Well, it's not random, but obviously because it has an antifungal or antibacterial properties in it. It's also good for the urinary tract. So if some people have got cystitis, then this would be an excellent oil to use. It's good for skin disorders and diseases as well because of its antibacterial and antifungal and properties that it has in getting rid of virus and bacteria. It's really good for blemishes in skin and wrinkles. And remember when I spoke about rose and frankincense cream, which is quite popular for anti-aging. It's a really good blend for that. And it's really good for if you've got dark spots as well. So it will help your dark spots. It also, which tends to accompany dry, mature skin. Like the dark brown blemishes that people may have, the skin discoloration. So frankincense would help. It's really good for colds as well. So if you have a cold or flu symptoms, then it will help. And I think again it's because of its action on the respiratory system. I'm just looking at my notes here. They also use it in men's fragrance, well, mostly fragrances as a fixative, but especially the oriental spicy type of fragrances that we smell, or what we experience from the men's fragrances. And the really interesting thing about this is that I don't know about you, but when I smell men's fragrance, especially the older type from the past, it does make you want to breathe deeply and exhale. And I used to associate that with men, but it's not. It's actually sometimes when you have the bottom notes, the lower type of essential oils in the properties, in the preparation, it does make you feel more relaxed. And I want to talk about top, middle and bottom notes as well, because I don't know if I didn't cover it maybe as much as I could have done. So I want to just recap on that. You have top notes, and top notes is your very light, airy, your essential oils that are like orange, your citrusy oils. So they're very sweet, they're very zesty, they're very fresh, but they only last about a week. Not a week, sorry, they only last about a day or two, so they're very quick, like your lemongrasses, your lemons, your oranges, very, very quick, it's almost like a high note, really quick there, red in your face, really wakes you up. Then you have your middle note, which is your oil that is your, which are normally balancers, and they are your lavenders of the world. So they kind of bring equilibrium. So if you're too high or you're too low, they'll actually bring you to the center, as opposed to the top notes, which are really good if you're feeling really low, you know, they'll bring you up. And then we have the bottom note, which is the lower note, which is your frankincenses, your cedarwood, your patchoulis. You know, they're very woody, deep, earthy, and they're the oils that kind of anchor you down. And so what you're meant to have when you make a proper blend is to have the top note, middle note, and bottom note together to make a perfect synergy. And each note as well, most oils and scents have a signature. So it's related to the musical scale, and I'm really not going to go into at this level. It's if you do a practitioner course or an advanced aromatherapy, we start going into the musical scales and how to create that perfect signature blend using the senses. But just for now, most aromatherapists would have a really well-rounded blend which has a top, middle and bottom note together. So maybe a lemon, a lavender and a frankincense in one blend for a client or for somebody to really make sure you've got a rounded blend. But for me at this stage it doesn't really matter. You could research in the books that I've given you as well about the notes and which oils and notes. But at this stage I don't think it really matters. When I'm blending for clients, I do not look for top, middle or bottom notes at all. I just blend intuitively, and for some reason they tend to fall into place anyway.